Hi everyone, my name is Prajwal Aluwalia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be solving group anagrams problem on Leetcode. So it's a medium level problem, and it is like one step ahead of the previous problem that I solved, which was valid anagram. So I have explained what anagram is in the previous video, and also like how we can compare two words and make sure that they are anagrams. So this question is similar to that, but instead of just comparing two words, we are given multiple words and we have to check whether we have to check and group all the anagrams together. So let's go with the question first. So yeah, given an array of strs, group the anagrams together. You can return the answer in any order. So there's next is the definition of anagram. So an anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase, typically using all the original letters exactly once. So I'll explain one more time. So this is word one, and I have a double A, and this is word two. I think I should go with ABA for the initial example, and then AAB. So these both two words can be represented as an anagram because each of the element in the word one is in the word two, and also their frequency matches. So by frequency I means how many times the one word is there. So as you can remember in the valid anagrams problem, what I did is I stored all the words in the word one along with their frequency and checked if the same frequency and the same words are in the word 2. If the frequency or the word are not there, then we were returning false. But if the words and the frequency were same, and each of the every character of the word 2 were matched, then we return true, right? So how can we move along with the problem where we are given a lot of words and we have to group all the anagrams in it. So if I take a single word, for example, if I take a few words from the given inputs as well. So one word I have eat, one word I have tea, and one word I have ate, right? So I know कि all these three words have all the elements required to group them in a single category, right? So if I see कि all these words have the same frequency of the letters inside of them, characters inside of them, but somehow they are jumbled, right? So how can I make sure कि whenever I'm going through this word, they lie in the same category that I need, right? And store it inside them, inside that particular category. So, as you can remember in the previous problem, whenever I moved through the word one, I kept each of the word as a key and their respective frequency in the value, right? So, in this problem, why don't I keep like the main word, right, which has all these three characters, EAT, right? Something like a key value pair, right? Key, and the corresponding value will be all these three words, right? So what is one thing similar in all these three words which can be which can act as a key? So if I sort all these words, right, they will all become AET, right? In the previous video I also told ki how the sorting of the words work, right? So this is how it will look, and we can use this as a key, and rest of the values can be, rest of the words can be stored as a value in a list and in an array, and then we can return all the arrays that are stored in our hash map, right? So let's move to the solution of the problem, right? So before writing the entire solution, I would first like to ask for some questions from my interviewer, ki, like which will help me clear my doubts, and also like give me a clear picture on what needs to be done to solve this problem, right? So my first question will be, are there only lowercase letters, or I can have uppercase as well as mixed letters in a word? By mix, I mean combination of uppercase and lowercase, right? So they have given an array of strings, group the anagram together. So yeah, over here also I can ask ki if the strings inside the array are only just words, or I can expect a sentence as well. Correct? And my third query will be, are we dealing with any empty strings? Right? We cannot ask the previously asked question. In the previous video I asked if the length of the words will be similar or not, because in this particular problem we don't need to deal with that. If the if the words are not similar, then we don't need to worry about having them grouped together, because one word can also be a part of a group of one anagram. So like in the example one only, we have bat, but in the entire strings, like you can see over here in the input of example one, we have eat, tea, tan, eight, nat, and bat. So if we see, we don't have any anagram of bat, but it is one of the group, right? So we don't need to particularly look for like multiple words in the strings array, which can be anagram of another word, right? We'll have any two words which are anagrams. That will be a correct sentence. So yeah, now okay, I should keep my questions over here and I will comment them out. Right. So yeah, I'll ask these questions from the interviewer and like clear all the doubts beforehand, so that I don't mess up the code in the whenever I'm writing the code in the code editor or whatever the IDE they provide, right? And now if we look in this, like now if we move towards this particular question on the lead code, so we see the constraints. Key string lengths are supposed to be greater than 1 and less than 10 to the power 4, right? So like the string array will have minimum of one element, and then strings of file length can be 0 to 100. So that means the array inside, like the element inside the strings array, any of those words can range from even empty string to a string with which have 100 words in it, like 100 character words, right? And the string I consists of lowercase English letters. So with this third point, my first of the question gets removed. Ki are there only lowercase or anything for this particular question, right? And are we dealing with any empty strings? Yes, we are dealing with the empty strings as well. So if the strings inside the array are only just words, or I can expect a sentence as well. So they haven't given anything regarding the sentence. So yeah, this particular thing might stand. So anyways, now let's move toward the question. So as I said, key I'll have one key and its corresponding value will be all the anagrams, and key will be the sorted string, like the particular element in the array strings, the first element, like I'll first sort the element and then check if that particular sort is present in my hash map, and append that particular word from the strings array inside that key in the hash map. So um, first I'll create my hash map. So for this one, I will be making use of default dict library, and inside of it I will be passing a list. So whenever you are using a default dict library, so I think it is you can import it from collections. So it will be from collections import default dict. So what this particular sentence means is ki whichever hash map I will be creating, it will go something like this. So if I add a key with A, so its corresponding value will be a list, will be an array instead of a integer. Like we always use integer, right? So it will be instead of a list, it will be like instead of an integer, it will be a list. So value will be a list. So that's a perfect definition for this one. So now if I move in the strings array for words in strs, right? As I said, ki I will sort the word first, and then change it into the string, because you can't like you can't be using string as a key, because it would be not that much of efficient as well. Like to store, not like whatever you want you can, that's totally up to you. But I like this way ki first of all when you are sorting a word, like sorting a string in the python, then it will give you a list with all the words like in a sorted order inside a list. So that's how sorting of a list in the python works. And this join function, what it will do is ki it will sorry, let me select this one. Yeah, so this join function, what it will do is ki it will join all the words in that list and convert into a string again. So right now, if I'm doing this and my first word will be eat, then code, this particular part of code, it will give me AET. But if I only kept it as sorted words, it will have given me a list which would contain AET in a sorted manner, right? So eat in a sorted manner. That's what I'm trying to say. AET. Yeah. And then what I'll do is ki I will add this temp in my hash map, and then I will just do dot append words. So what this particular statement did is ki it first found the temp inside my hash map, the newly created word, AET, the sorted word, right? That's a correct definition for this one. The sorted word in my hash map, and if it is not there, then first it added the word in the hash map and then created a corresponding list, because we have mentioned over here to create a list, right? And then added that particular word eat. If it is eat, then it added eat in the hash map of AET, correct? So a for let me explain in this manner. So inside the hash map, we got a key which had a value AET, which we got from temp, right? And its corresponding value, that is words, which is eat, is stored inside the list of AET key, right? So list is the value over here, and temp will be the key. So this is how all the words will be, added in their corresponding uh, key, and the key will be the sorted string. Now if I print the HN, my hash map, you can see what I'll get. For now, it needs a return value, so I'll just keep this empty string over here. Yeah. So now you can see default type list. So for the word and, which is sorted of word tan and nat, so ant will be the key, and its corresponding value will be the list in which the original word will be there. For ABT, it will be bat. For AET, as I said earlier, it will be eat, tea, and eight. This is not complete. Wait. Yeah, eight. Right. So now what I need to do, I just need to like print return these particular values, right? So in hash map, if we want to iterate, we can just, so first I'll do the long method. So I will have a result array, right? And I will iterate over my hash map. So as hash map has a key value pair, so I'll do for key value in hash map dot items in my hm dot items. So if you want to iterate over the hash map, you can go like this, for key val in hm dot items. So dot items will be the entire hash map, all the items in the hash map, and it will be segregated as a key value. So in this particular loop, key will focus on the keys and value will focus on the values. And in from this default like the print statement I gave it earlier, we saw ki we only need the values. So inside my result, I will only add the values, the val over here, right? And then I will just return my result. Now if I print it, I will get this one. All the cases passed, test cases, and now if I submit it, yeah, all the test cases are passed. It has a runtime of 67 millisecond and beats 81%. Memory consumption is bit high, but yeah, it can be worked around. Okay, so yeah, now like this is the big method. Now if I use the comprehensive method, right? So it is a one liner. So what I can do is I can just return. So I need to keep that now, and you can see if I do return, so I need the values, right? So I'll do val for val in hm dot items. So over here I used underscore instead of a key because we don't need this key value. You can also keep it like this over here. So it's more of key when you don't need a value, but it is required in the for loop. So you can just keep it as an underscore. It doesn't like it means something, but it doesn't matter if you keep it as underscore or a value. It will mean the same thing only because they are not getting used. And now if I comment it out, so well for TI, and now if I run this, okay, my test cases are getting fast. And now if I submit it, yeah, so you can see the runtime increased by a little bit and the memory is same only, I think. Yeah. So yes, this is my problem solution for this one, solution for this problem. And apart from it, I'm also thinking of documenting it. So I used to have a blog earlier. I'll just mention the details in the description. I have to search for it before. So what I'll do is ki I'll provide the explanation in the my blog as well. So if you want to check it out, you can go there and read about the entire thing as well. Apart from this, yeah, actually, I have added few questions in that blog as well before. So yeah, you feel free to check it out. I'll mention the link to the blog in my video description. Uh, Rest, I think it works fine. And yeah, so that's it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. So and if there's any suggestion, please do let me know. I would really love to improve as much as I can, so that in the future I can provide more such videos and like with more information as well. Rest. Thank you, everyone. Good night. See you soon. Bye.